Days after President Trump said the Strait of Hormuz could soon be open, Iran issuing new demands, including what amounts to billions of dollars. While President Trump told Axios, quote, "We are low-keying it," adding, "We are only semi-negotiating with them. We are just watching Iran with its huge inflation." The US announcing more Iran sanctions.
We're just going to keep on applying the pressure that we can apply.
As questions loom over negotiations, Iran releasing rare images of its supreme leader without saying when it was filmed. He was injured during strikes in February. While Iran's foreign minister demanding the US must address violations of the latest US-Iran agreement, including lifting sanctions, the US ending its blockade of Hormuz and agreeing not to target or insult Iran in the future, and insisting America must pay damages for the wars this year and in 2025, and that it must withdraw its forces from around the Gulf. Speaking from Tehran, one expert on Iran's plans telling NBC News,
trying to push Americans out of the region is clearly one of their objectives, strategic objectives, before the war, during the war, and after the war.
Iran also demanding the end of, quote, aggression against its proxies, groups that have attacked Israel. Israel's prime minister rejecting that concession, insisting Israel is crushing Iran's axis of evil and terror. His spokesman telling NBC's Matt Bradley this morning Iran must not get a nuclear weapon.
If they have that capability, if we see them moving towards that capability, the prime minister has been very clear in saying Israel will act to stop that.
And Craig, another blow for the administration. This weekend, Israel rejecting President Trump's Board of Peace plan for Gaza. Craig, Israel and the United States went into the Iran war together. Now there are real strains in that relationship. Craig?
Chief International Correspondent Keir Simmons from the Middle East there. Keir, thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.